all fillers that we have discussed so far, say in mechanical web filler, midjet type, plunger type, depth fillers, or two-prong electric web filler, all of them have a common disadvantage that they physically contact the pearl after every two picks when the shuttle arrives on the filler side. So at one point, the filler keeps on touching the pin. This is not desirable, especially when dealing with delicate yarns such as silk yarn or fine filament yarns. Therefore, for delicate yarns, electronic weft fillers have been developed. So these fillers are not required to physically touch the pearl and therefore are very suitable for delicate wefts like silk or fine filament yarns. Animations, what you see here, they are of one of the types of electronic weft filler. In this, the principle is that beam of light is made incident on the pun surface. On left side of animation you see a full pun and on right side animation you see an empty pun. What you see here is that a beam of light is incident on the pun. A full pun surface is irregular. So whenever a beam of light is incident on it, the light will get scattered or partially absorbed. Now, what you see on the right hand side is a pun. This pun is fitted with a reflecting surface. So it is just like say a mirror. So when the pun is exhausted, except the bunch portion, and if beam of light is incident on this surface, the light is reflected back. So when there is a regular reflection from the pun, that indicates that pun is empty, and if light has irregular reflection and partial absorption, that indicates that pun is full. Now let me explain further the construction. Now this is the electronic web filler. See, the pun is moving towards front center. A beam of light emerges here. This is a semi-transparent mirror. So part of the light passes through and part of the light is reflected from this mirror. Because the pun is full, light is scattered or partially absorbed here. So this indicates that pun is full and the loom must be continued without any need of pun change. So this is the case when the pun is full. Now let us see on the right hand side animation with an empty pun. So pun is moving towards front center. A beam of light is generated. This beam falls on a semi-transparent mirror. Part of the light passes through it. Part of the light is reflected. Now because the pun is empty, this beam is reflected back, as you can see. This reflected beam again passes through this semi-transparent mirror and it is incident on a photocell here. So the photocell receives light only when PERN is exhausted. So when photocell receives the light and EMF is generated here, that indicates that PERN is empty. So when PERN is empty, what you observe here is that EMF is generated. So what is the difference between full PERN and empty PERN? That in case of full PERN, EMF is not generated. In case of empty PERN, EMF is generated. So this is the principle of electronic weft feeler. So this feeler is very suitable, especially for delicate wefts. So this is a non-contact type of weft feeler.